I feel very, very proud to have been asked to speak before you. My grandfather, Joe, who died as a young man, would be so thrilled that I'm here tonight before this august body. In my view, the most important group of people in Irish society. I think, the lifeblood of our community, and, what separates us from many other societies in the world now, this quality of neighbourliness and community. So I'm so delighted to be here tonight, and my father's so thrilled as well. And when I was coming through the Benbrata Mountains on the way here, there was a blizzard, and I stopped off with my father and mother, and the power had gone out, and the two of them, they're in their 70s, and they were lying in their bed with all their clothes on. And I had got a message yesterday from Brolly. It's a beautiful message, about the organ donation laws. And I was telling my mother about it, and she sang, sitting in her bed, she sang Brocha Braes, where the young girls sing like nightingales. And this is the GAA, the sense of neighbourliness and community. There is no chance that I would have donated a kidney to Shane Finnegan unless I'd been a GAA man. Because although I didn't really know Shane, I knew him because he was a coach, and he was a GAA man, and he was taking the under-10s, and that's good enough for me. And, we get so many letters. I get thousands, tens of thousands of letters and messages afterwards, which I have to say took me by surprise. I didn't think it would be such a cause célèbre, because a lot of people do what I have done, And anyway, whenever we were in Guy's Hospital, I must tell you this, when we were in Guy's Hospital, we were sort of locked down for the first few days, and the only thing that was being brought in, they would bring in like telegrams or letters or cards, and amidst all the cards, my favourite one was, and it nearly burst my stitches, it was a card postmarked Ballintubber, right? And it said, "Dear Joe, well done, any chance you could donate the other one?" And I don't know who sent it, but wouldn't it be absolutely delightful if it was your man? I was asked by the Uachtaráin and Pádraig just to talk to you very briefly about the basics of the proposal to change the law north and south in relation to organ donation. And the GAA are going to roll out a whole range of initiatives in support of it. And basically it is this, it's that we would all automatically be donors unless we opted out during our lifetimes on an online register, which would be a totally confidential thing. And if you opt out, that would be the end of the matter. If you had any principled reason for that, then that would be respected, and nothing would happen in the event of anything, God forbid, happening to you and you being brought to the hospital. But even if you don't opt out, under this system, your loved ones will always have the final say, so that it's a system of express consent. In the hospital, whether you'd opted out or not, nothing would be done without the express consent of your family. And the reason that we've framed the proposal in that way is because we believe, having seen what we saw in the hospital, and having seen how it transforms a family's life in circumstances which are dreadfully difficult for a family that are bereaved. For example, the Grant family, a great GAA family from County Down who were bereaved recently. The dreadful trauma of all of that, and yet the consolation that comes from donating. So, because we believe that it's a sacred gift that must be freely given from one family to another, although we're all automatically donors under this new scheme, your family would still always have the final say, and it would be a very careful written consent. The reason for the proposal is that we have a lot of people dying. We have a lot of Gaels dying. I was in, not that it matters whether we're a Gael or not, but I've met so many people who are members, who are on waiting lists, who are desperately praying for a donation. Last week I was in the cystic fibrosis unit in St. Vincent's, and I've spent quite a bit of time there, and it's a horrific problem, cystic fibrosis. And I met Gary Dempsey from St. Eunan's, Letterkenny, who's the most cheerful man I think I've ever met, who was wheezing with laughter. He can hardly breathe. Good to see you, Joe. What do you think of Donegal this year? And got a short time to live without a donation of lungs. And in the next room to him, Gary Dillon, who's the PRO of the Calvary St. Joseph's Club. He's 29 years of age and his lung capacity is about 22% now. And when I went into the room, I kid you not, he was tapping out messages on his iPad. Club business. He was doing club business, wearing his Calvary St. Joseph's tracksuit. The leading organ donation rate countries in the world operate the system that we are proposing. Spain, Portugal, Croatia, very neighbourly societies as well, just like ours. But their rates are twice as high as ours. Spain's long-term rate is twice as high as ours, north and south. We've got 10% of people dying every year in the waiting list. They don't have anyone dying in the waiting list because they don't have waiting lists. I cannot think of anything more perfectly suited to the GAA and its ideals. I can't think of anything genuinely that we would be better throwing our weight behind, because it embodies all the ideals that, you know, and people think, oh, well, the GAA are high-minded when they talk like this about their ideals of community and neighbourliness, but that's the reality. I mean, I was talking to a few of the lads from Steelstown outside, you know, and we were just making the point, you know, thank God our children are growing up in a GAA environment, because you know the direction they're going. It's a good direction. You know, we know each other and we care for each other and we have a bit of crack. But at the end of the day, we know that the community is the salt of the earth. I can't think of anything better for us to be involved in. Something selfless, neighbourly, concern for our neighbours. And if a powerful organisation like ours throws our weight behind it, I have no doubt that it will be a very short time indeed before the scandal of needless death is brought to an end. I want to sincerely thank you for asking me to address you here tonight. I'm genuinely so proud to have been asked to be here. And I'm going to resist the temptation to take up Tony Scullion's suggestion outside when he said to me, talk to them for a wee minute about the black cards. So I'll just say thank you very much indeed. Thank you.